Son, sometimes silence and inaction are the best weapons you can use against someone that hopes that you say and or do something they can use against you to justify their own actions or behavior. This was my dad's reply after I asked him why he did nothing after catching my mom cheating on him.
What did he say?
In their own home.
Oh my God!
And on their own bed.
Hey yo, what
the house and bed that they made me and my siblings.
Women.
My name is James, a 35-year-old married man with 2 kids. My wife Jenna and I had been married for 7 years and were blessed with a son and a daughter, ages 6 and 4, and we were even working on a third. On Valentine's Day of 2015, I decided to surprise my wife with tickets to go see Steve Harvey live. It was a long-time dream of hers to go see the king of comedy do his thing and possibly even talk to him. And I decided to give her that, and it was going to be a surprise. So Tuesday, February 10th came along, about 4 days before the big day. I got off work early to surprise her with the tickets so we could start making plans for the big day. You know, like who we're gonna have come stay with the kids while we were gone and other stuff. I went to pick up the kids early and headed home. I decided to surprise her with that too because I've got my fair share of complaints from her on picking the kids from school. And apparently all I did was work.
Really, nigga?
I mean, I wasn't one of those husbands that was buried head deep in the work and didn't have time for the family, but come on, she was a stay-at-home mom. Least she could do was go get the kids when they closed, right? Was that too much to ask? Anyway, I got home and got the kids settled down, which was pretty easy. They quickly turned on the TV and started watching some cartoons. So I went to go look for my wife to show her the tickets and tell her the good news. I first went to the kitchen, like maybe she was about to make something before I brought the kids home. Like I said, I went to get them early, but she was not there. So then I went to the backyard, but she was not there either. I knew she was home because her car was still in the driveway. So I then went upstairs to check up there since she wasn't anywhere down. I got to her bedroom and had to pause. Why? Well, because I started to hear some noises coming from her bedroom, and I had to be sure of what I was hearing before I sprang into action. And those sounds sounded like the ones that people made when they were in the process of doing some bedroom gymnastics.
What?
If you know what I mean.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
I don't like where this is going.
Now, as you can imagine, I was stuck behind the door for a bit, not wanting to believe what my ears were clearly hearing. But eventually, I had to get in there to be sure. Maybe it was the bedroom TV on and wow.
Okay. Keep telling yourself that, darling.
So I opened the door, but quietly and slowly. And then I saw it. My cowgirl of a wife mounted up on a black stallion.
What did he say?
Viciously riding him into the afterlife.
Oh my God!
Balls deep inside her on our bed.
Hey yo, what the
The bed that we made our kids in.
What the hell?
I stood there in disbelief, frozen by what I was looking at. I couldn't move. Hell, I couldn't even think. I was just standing there frozen like a deer caught in headlights. She was enjoying herself so much that she didn't even notice me standing there. But the guy noticed and pushed her off him, then staring at me like he had just seen a ghost or something. That's when she started to panic. Dude got up quickly, failing at putting his pants on and stuff, while my wife hid herself under the covers. The guy straight up went on his knees begging, all while I was still standing there frozen. Then he said something that finally brought me back to reality. The dude said that he thought I was dead.
What? Hey yo, what the fuck?
I unfroze at what he said and was like,
What did you say, nigga?
so he continued and was like, look man, I'm sorry, right? She told me you died in Iraq 3 years ago, bro.
Oh my God!
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I swear I would never mess with another man's wife.
Fuck that, mate!
After he said that, I just pointed at the door and he ran out. I still said nothing, just stood there for about a minute, processing what had just happened. Looking at the love of my life, hiding under the covers, now crying. Now I was puzzled at first by what the dude told me, for sure, like anybody would be. Like, how and why did she tell him that I was dead? And why 3 years ago? Then slowly things started to make sense. You see, I was in the military, but was medically discharged due to an improvised explosive device, popularly known as an IED, banging me up pretty bad, which led to my left leg getting amputated and me leaving the military. And this happened 3 years ago.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So now, what had happened to my dad not just a year ago was now happening to me. And I mean, this woman had the guts to let out some colorful words at my mom when that news broke. But here she is, doing that exact same thing.
Women.
Now, I didn't say anything to her, right? I couldn't find the words to express how I was feeling or even find the words in thoughts. I just walked out, went downstairs into the kitchen and fixed up dinner for the kids and made something for myself. I went on to bathe them, helped them with their homeworks, and put them to bed. Then I went to bed myself, right beside the woman that betrayed me, still saying nothing to her. She was still crying when I went in for God knows how long, and continued to do so as I cozied in to get some shut-eye. And I was gone in like 5 minutes, sleeping like a baby, and pretty sure I was snoring in no time. So morning came and I woke up to an empty bed. I guess she must have stepped out sometime in the night. I went to wake the kids up for school, and there she was, curled up beside our little girl. I woke the kids up and started to get them ready for school. She woke up as well and went straight to making breakfast, making some for me. Our daily routine, as if nothing happened the previous day. I ate it all, and quite frankly, the best I had ever had in a while for some reason. I guess it was an I'm sorry breakfast, cause that thing was really good. So the kids ate and were ready for school. We left for the door with me skipping the usual goodbye ritual of showering her with kisses and I love yous. Now I'm sure some of you are wondering how and or why I was so calm and cool with my wife getting her insides rearranged by another man in our bed. Like I said in the beginning, what my father told me just kept playing in my head. Sometimes silence and inaction is the best weapon. I mean, unavoidably, I was going to have to say something and or address the situation at some point. But to me, that was not the best time. It got me hard, I won't lie, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to react, and quite frankly, still processing what had happened. 3 days went by and I said nothing to her. I barely even looked in her direction while I was home. On day number 3, while I was at work, I finally started to think of how I was going to approach the situation, right? Deciding to talk to her about things when I got home. And I was going to tell her that I was going to file for a divorce, thinking further on the terms to make things fair. I was deep in work, finishing up, and in thoughts when at around 5 p.m. I got a call from the kids' school that my wife hadn't come to pick them up yet, and that they tried reaching her for over an hour but got no response. So they were calling to inform me and to come get the kids or arrange for someone to go get them. The kids closed by 3 p.m., right? And my wife was always there to pick them up by 3:30 or 4 p.m. at the latest, giving them some time to play and exhaust themselves before getting home. So I started to call her phone and then the house phone, but There was no answer. I was almost done with the day's work. I usually closed by 6 p.m. But since this was an emergency, my manager let me leave early to go pick up the kids. On our way home, my daughter and I had an interesting conversation. And it went like this. She was like,
Daddy, I saw Mommy today.
"Really? Where?"
In my dream when I was napping.
"Oh, okay. What happened in your dream, hon?"
Mommy was an angel with wings, dressed in her favorite white dress.
"Oh, really? And then what happened?"
She said she loves us, and then she opened up her wings and flew up and away, and vanished into a dark cave.
And I thought to myself, a dark cave? Why a dark cave? Don't angels usually fly into the sky and disappear behind the clouds or something? Well, I didn't think much of it. I thought to myself, maybe the kid dreamt of her mom turning evil or something, you know? The tension in the house must have somehow attacked her in her dream. We finally got home and my wife's car was in the driveway. I got the kids settled down, gave them some snacks to calm their hunger, while I went to look for their mother. I was wondering if she was busy getting her insides rearranged again, that this time she forgot the kids, or did she run away, leaving the kids behind? For the first time in days, I called out her name and got no response. I went straight upstairs, this time angry, just burning to pounce on them. I opened the door and I was horrified by what I saw. I saw my wife, but this time, instead of her insides being rearranged, she had her neck rearranged by tying a noose around it.
What? Yo, what the fuck?
I immediately got her down and called 911.
911, what's your emergency?
And then I went downstairs and took the kids to our neighbor's house. I didn't want them to see their mother being healed out in a body bag, right? So my neighbor and I are good friends. I explained things to him, left the kids with him and his wife, went back to the house, and I called my family and my wife's family to let them know what had happened. At that point, they all knew what my wife had done and what was going on between us, but no one ever thought it would end the way it did. In the end, it was a hard hit on us, especially the kids, with my daughter asking me every day where Mommy was. I had to explain to her with the dream she had that Mommy became an angel and flew up and away. She took her life later that afternoon by the coroner's report, which was about the time that my daughter said she had the dream about her.
That's crazy.
Knowing that my daughter may have dreamt of her mom's death gave me chills. I was suspected and accused of murdering her by her family.
What? Yo, what the fuck?
Stating that with my military background, I could have easily made it look like a suicide since she didn't leave any notes. But the security cameras in the house and all the evidence from my office and everyone that testified proved that I had nothing to do with her death and she did it all by herself. Now, I wish I had just said something to her. A lot of things I wish that I had said. Sometimes silence can be the loudest weapon, but in the end, was it the right one? If this story gripped you, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever experienced something like this or know someone who has? If you want more stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat, subscribe and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what's coming next. This has been the Storyteller. Until next time, stay tuned, stay sharp, and stay safe. ST signing out. Peace out.